Hey everyone, how you doing? Welcome to On the Couch with Riesa. Today I wanted to talk about depression, and I thought that I should probably share a little bit of my story. I have definitely dealt with depression in the past, and it's probably one of the reasons that got me into wanting to be a therapist is trying to figure out, how to not feel this way. And so I spent a good portion of my life trying to figure out, how to feel good, how to stay positive, how to, live a life that feels freeing and authentic, and I'm living my own truth. And it definitely took a long time. I definitely had to um, go to the end of things until I kind of broke open. And so while we're going through this, I've been thinking a lot about other people who are suffering, and I know how horrible it is, and I can only imagine, with this virus on top of it, how much more isolated some people are feeling, and so much, and how people can feel hopeless. I mean, even the strongest, mental person is struggling. It's just, part of the human experience that we do struggle. But I wanted to reach out to anybody that is. You're not alone, even though you might feel alone. And, I know that when you are in the grips of depression, your mind can really play tricks on you and can tell you, it's, you're a burden, or to other people, it's better off if I'm not here. Like, the mind will play these really sick, thoughts in your head when you feel that way. And I've worked with people, and I've also been through that. So I really wanted to just reach out to all those people, and even if it's just one person that might hear this and change, that's enough for me. Part of how and I'll go into some of the tips that I wanted to say, but one of the big ways that I stay, above depression and not, try to prevent it, is to think about how it can help others. And so, during this time, I feel like as though I have to reach out to anyone, and as in any way that I can, any capacity that I can, to, if I can help them, anyone anyway, because it is really hard. But if I can do it, you can do it. Trust me. And so I want to give you just like 5 tips, on ways to either prevent depression or get out of it. And so number 1 is exercise. And I know a lot of people just don't want to hear that, and they hate it, and they don't like it. But the truth is, it doesn't have to be anything rigorous. It could be just walking around your neighborhood or whatever it is. But, that is one of the best antidepressants out there, the best, your feel-good chemicals in your brain increase. And, there's just, you always feel better afterwards. And I know that's a very difficult thing to ask for somebody when you don't even want to get out of bed. But part of getting out of depression is going to be doing the opposite of what you feel you want to do, okay? Because when you're depressed, you don't want to do anything, you're not interested in anything, and you just want to lay there. I know that. But the only way out is doing actions that will help build momentum, and you will start to feel your mood increase. So you gotta, just force yourself to do things you don't want to do. Number 2 is getting outside, and this is kind of tied into maybe walking or exercise, but getting outside, fresh air, feeling the sun on your face, getting that vitamin D, feeling the wind on your face. I've rarely met anybody who went for a walk and wish they didn't. It just can't hurt. But whether it's on the beach, or you're near the woods or mountains, or even around your neighborhood, try to get outside every day. So another big thing that's important to stave off depression is to have structure. So, continue to go to bed at the same time, wake up at the same time, continue to get up, take a shower, do your morning routine, and then, decide how you're going to structure your day. Is it going to be work, and then, lunch, and then, something else. Even write out a schedule for yourself about what you're going to do Monday through Friday. But, structure is something that's really helpful and makes people feel productive and helps increase your mood. Number 4, I'm sure you all heard of it before, but I'm going to say it anyway, is gratitude. Okay. I know for a fact this has changed my whole perspective on life ever since I started. You just start looking for what you have instead of what you don't have. And the reality is our human mind, we'll sit there we'll have, a whole day and one negative thing happens to us in that one day. And it's like, we sit there and that's all we think about. We don't think about all the 10 good things that happened. We just do that for some reason. So we have to retrain our mind. And one way to do that is to, I suggest writing 5 things down a day that you're grateful for, or at the very least, in the morning when you wake up, just say, okay, you're laying in bed. It's just like, I'm going to purposely and intentionally say 5 things that I'm grateful for. And you'd be surprised, you know what I mean? If you're above ground, you've got something to be grateful for, so we all have something to be grateful for, but it can definitely shift your perspective. And for me, I can think of one particular time that really helped me. Get out of, depressed time. Like it helped my mind get into what I have, not what I lack. And then number 5, which I kind of already talked about before, but if you can just wake up, depression is it can be so self-absorbed. And I know it's filled with self-hating, and I know that that's not how you want to feel. I get it. But it is completely self-absorbed. So one really good thing is to think about how you can help somebody. You can do it from your home, just like these messages that I'm doing, it's like, my way of trying to, help. And so when I'm thinking about helping others, I get out of my head and I'm not so inwardly focused, and I get a break from that. And then I feel good. If possible, I did help somebody, so whether it's an email, a phone call, whatever it is. Maybe you post something on Facebook that's a positive thing, so someone reads it. I read all those positive things on Facebook, and it helps me. It actually does lift my mood, so it does help me. So it just kind of having that mindset. So those are just 5 things that I really think that if you just self-discipline yourself, I know it's not what you want to do. But if you just really get your mind around the fact that okay, I'm going to do these things. It doesn't matter, like a job, I'm going to do these things every day. And I promise you, over time, you are going to feel better. Your mood will get better. And, you're not alone. This world needs you. You are the only you that is ever going to exist in this world. And, sometimes we go through dark places, but, all the dark places that I ever had, it has only made me, be that more helpful to other people. So in a way, I'm grateful that I went through that, because I know that I helped that many more people. So I found meaning in it. Sometimes, we have to go through tough times, but then we get through it and we can help others, So anyway, that's it. I really do hope it'll help some of you guys. Anyway, try to cheer up and, realize that, you are here. You're here for a reason. You have a purpose. The world needs you. And, we can get through this. Everything's temporary. You're not always going to feel this way. You won't. Okay. So anyway, loving vibes to you all. And, stay tuned for my next show. Bye.